How is your day today? Hi, hello to us, why? And welcome to the podcast series that usually starts with why questions based on the first principle thinking method. Original thinking that gives you multidimensional perspectives on many different issues in life and to have a true spirit of life. Come with us to this podcast episode. Can you believe that the woman in the video you are seeing here is over 90 years old, halfway down the other side of life? People can only imagine the image of old men and women with gray hair, not bending their backs, slowly walking with weary steps. Who could have imagined that at the age of 94, the platinum-haired supermodel is still a beauty icon, still confidently walking on the KWK stage with such an overwhelming charisma that netizens can only exclaim in admiration. It's true that the older the ginger, the spicier it is. So specifically, what is the older the ginger, the spicier it is? And how to be as spicy as old ginger? Let's find out more in this podcast episode. The proverb, the older the ginger, the spicier it is translation of the Chinese proverb, Jiang Huan Shi Lao Dai Glad. When young, ginger has only a mild, spicy taste, but over time, it accumulates a lot of ginger essential oils, which makes it more spicy. This saying therefore conveys the implication that people with many years of experience are often more astute, wiser, and more talented than young people. This is clear evidence of accumulation and development over time. However, exactly how much time it takes for young ginger to turn into old ginger, in reality, we cannot find a satisfactory answer when time, which is considered an illusion of humanity, is an invisible, infinite concept that cannot be measured by physical units. If you think time is simply hours, minutes, years, then you are wrong. Up to now, science and philosophy have not been able to completely unify the answer. Give the answer, what is time? But don't discuss the dead masters of the troublesome school. Let's try to assign time to age. Look at time in such a simple way. Consider each person's life as a 100 square chessboard. The king corresponds to 100 years old. So what square are you on? Oh my, just entered the 18th square. What's the worry, just drafted 20 squares. There are still many attempts left, but the square has gone to nearly 30 squares. Most of you listening to this podcast may still be in the first half of the empty squares. We young people may still believe that we still have plenty of time, but in fact, not everyone is lucky enough to have enough time to get to the 100 square. Listing these 100 squares is not intended to remind you to save time, not to mention the more you look at it. The blank boxes that have been crossed out may make us panic even more when we realize that the remaining boxes are getting fewer and fewer, and then we get bored and go around in circles. However, on the other hand, these 100 squares help us change our perception, make decisions to change, and fill the squares with wonderful things and valuable experiences. How much time does it take to get more bitter? The answer depends on each person because each person's perception is different. Everyone's time is different. But one thing is for sure, age is just a matter of time. Number if our soul is always full of enthusiasm, the spirit of learning, and the ability to self-innovate. The older we get, the more bitter the older we get, the more slay we have if people do not add value to themselves over time. We will only grow old with a worn-out body who wants to be old and sick and always have a feeling of uselessness and depression in mind. So how to get older and more slay first? To go on the right path, people always need plans with a specific vision, and here the method that I think you should refer to is to create a vision board for each year. This is considered a dream map was mentioned in the 2006 documentary The Secret. This method is a combination of two principles of visualization and the law of attraction. It emphasizes focusing thoughts and emotions on specific goals, and this can help us attract them into our lives. Before creating a vision board, we need to take time to think clearly about the things we really want. What do we want in the coming year? Specifically, the keywords what will it be? It could be improved health, achievement in work, a smooth love, life, or a complete family. We can write these goals down on paper and divide them into groups: financial health, relationships, learning, and personal development. Remember that each group should have only one specific goal, measurable, achievable, and time-bound. Once you have a list of goals, take the time to search for keyword images or meaningful quotes. A study by the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology in 2011 shows that using images to represent goals increases the chances of success by 25 minutes. In addition to images, we can write more motivational quotes like "we can do anything if we really try." Every day, we are getting closer to our goals. These quotes help strengthen our belief and ourselves. You can prepare a notebook, a large board. Then you can search for images, videos, and images. These inspirational quotes and words are arranged in order in a notebook or pinned to a board. You can also create an online collection on a website or blog. However, building a dream map in a physical form that can be held will create a stronger emotional connection for you. Next, put the vision board in a place where we often go back and forth, such as the work corner, study corner, bedroom, or even the phone screen. Every time we see it, we will be reminded of what we are aiming for, thereby maintaining our spirit to act. Don't forget to take time each month to review it, vision board, and adjust if necessary. Add new images or mark completed goals are also ways for us to feel our own progress. Second, to make the sleigh proportional to age and grow sustainably over the years, there is a way. Certainly, everyone must mention that learning is a lifelong thing in a society that is changing every day. We can no longer just say that old people, why study so much to make your head big and your eyes nearsighted? If you do not proactively improve yourself, no matter how outstanding you are, you will quickly be eliminated. So, to ensure a safe position to slay forever, the only way is to constantly accumulate knowledge. Learning is not just limited to book theory. It is not necessary to go to school to go to class. Start by learning in depth about something you like. If you are still confused about what to learn, it is best to learn at least one foreign language, especially learning to communicate in English. Think about it. Speaking English fluently will not only help you flex your sleigh, but also ensure good job opportunities for yourself in the face of the current wave of layoffs. You may think that you have studied before, but it is not a good idea to fight against it. But this time, take the initiative to plan a systematic study plan. Here, why is that? I want to introduce to you Prep Talk, the optimal platform for working people. Want to improve your English communication skills? B includes the 7 hottest majors today, which are human resources, law, finance, marketing, information technology management, and medicine through short videos. Learners are exposed to natural dialogues in a variety of situations, from simple ones like checking in at the airport, going shopping, to more complex situations like job interviews, negotiations, or presentations. The most impressive thing to mention is the virtual speaking room of Prep Talk. Thanks to real-life situations plus the technology of asking and answering questions, it is flexible and responsive. So even if you study and practice communication by yourself, you will not feel bored or lack of interaction. If you are too confused, don't worry, because there is always a section suggesting answers for you to refer to when someone accompanies you. Learners will know exactly where the mistakes are and what needs to be improved. These detailed suggestions for correcting errors will be based on 5 criteria: pronunciation, stress, intonation, grammar, coherence and fluency, and learning efficiency will also improve more clearly than young people. We no longer have enough time to delay. Improving our foreign language skills is something that really needs to be done right now. Currently, FRB has a discount code of up to 27PH for a 6-month course for those who register with the code TALK27. What are you waiting for? Experience Prep Talk right away. Learn more about Prep at the link I attached below. Comments section. In addition to trying to fill in the gaps with knowledge, we also need to pay attention to physical and mental health. The radiant aura emanating from gentlemen and ladies can almost always be observed through the form. In other words, the appearance. To have such a well-proportioned body and enviable figure, they must have gone through a disciplined training process, of course. If I just advise you to get off your ass and exercise, be more active, eat cleaner, this and that, it's just empty talk. It's obvious everyone needs to do it to be more slay. However, from now on, let's practice with a note that is to focus more on breathing. Many people, when jogging, often let their minds drift with confusing thoughts, worrying about future work or problems in life. Whether they practice cardio or yoga or any other type of health training, they still only focus on the intensity of the exercise, trying to do as many movements as possible, forgetting to adjust their breathing properly. A correct breath can help provide enough oxygen to the muscles, optimize exercise performance, and reduce the risk of injury. A study from Harvard University in 2013 showed that just spending 10 minutes a day focusing on breathing and practicing mindfulness will cause the body to secrete more happy hormone endorphin, helping to improve mood and enhance quality of life. People who practice mindfulness combined with exercise not only have better physical health, but also have lower stress levels and control their emotions better and have a more optimistic outlook on life. There are many different breathing methods for different exercises. Let's learn and practice to see which method is the most suitable for you. You can start with the 478 breathing technique. 1. Inhale through the nose to the 4th second. The second is to hold the breath for 7 seconds. The third step is to exhale slowly through the mouth for 8 seconds. American psychotherapists also explain that slowly exhaling through the mouth will make the lungs more resistant than exhaling naturally. The body will also absorb more oxygen in the next inhale. Don't lighten breathing. It is not simply taking air in and then pushing air out. It is a whole process of operating life like that. Well, there is nothing to deny the saying that the older the ginger, the spicier. However, the opposite of this saying is not entirely true, admitting that age often comes with maturity of experience and depth of knowledge. But not all old ginger is spicy, and not all ginger only spicy. When old ginger, old people with a lot of experience can make mistakes, and there are also many people who, despite their young age, have accumulated a lot of valuable experience. Saying so means that the value or slay of each person is not measured by the years of life, but it lies in the dedication to learning and growing up. Knowing that experience is valuable, but experience can also become prejudice if not updated and adjusted. The accumulation of experience of adults will not automatically turn them into wise people with foresight. They can still make mistakes, make incorrect decisions, or be influenced by emotions, by values that have been instilled in the past. Even many older people tend to impose their thoughts on young people, thinking that they eat more salt than rice, so they are always right. They use the excuse that life is wiser than ducks to deny the opinions of young people, thinking that they lack experience, so they cannot give valuable opinions. However, that is a mistake that older people should not take. The number of years lived in this world is a blind excuse to justify mistakes and impose thoughts on young people, because young people will also have new and bright perspectives.